Welcome to another strange episode of the LanceScurv Show. Actually, I was waiting for Miss Ginger Lynn to show with a little while ago. And before we get into it, this is a slightly different type show. I have a woman's input, an outspoken woman. And we did this at the last minute. So I'm going to go through the 10 rules for the Side Chic on my own and give my own assessment of it. But I wanted the back and forth banter with her. Evidently, she had an emergency. We were on the phone all day today. We made our video earlier. It's kind of crazy, the things that we spoke on. But anyway, let me just catch you all up on certain things. Last few days, I haven't been making much videos. I've been kind of spreading my content out on my blog like peanut butter, so I'm covered for every day. But I'm glad to be here in Simply Deep 1985. It's all good. I'm loving it. There's a lot of big surprises coming. I'm not going to say right now, but you all know I love the sport of boxing. And I'm happy about it. Let me just say it. I'm going heavier into boxing. You know, it's not going to take away from LanceScurv at all. It's not going to take away from the shows and everything I've been doing. And I'm not going to spread myself too thin because I made my own little plan. Me and Mr. Scurv got into the huddle and said, okay, we're going to do it this way, we're going to do it that way. Because again, let me just say it first in the beginning of the show. All praise is due to Allah, to God, yes, always, right? But Mr. Scurv is my helpmate, and I couldn't do this without her. You know what I mean? So, you know, to squeeze out more time and actually get more rest. In these last few days, yes, I've been getting rest on one aspect, but you all know me. I'm going to be up doing my thing, and I'm really pleased. Now, there's a bad side. See, sometimes when you go through a good door, it's because you went through a bad situation. Through any real bad situations like right now. But what I will say is that there's something happening on YouTube that is really making us. Now, I never made much money on YouTube anyway. Like I said, enough to pay a cell phone bill and maybe go for a night out in a restaurant somewhere, Mr. Scurv. So, you know, I had my jobs. I'm a Jamaican, yo. I got my jobs, right? I work 7 days a week, and it's never been an issue for me. A little bit of money from YouTube that I've gotten, but it's plummeted. Most people who are on YouTube making big money or mediocre money or even just a little cash, the party's over. The party is all over. And the reason why the party is over is because, to put it in a nutshell, it's very, very complicated. But the advertisers that go and advertise, all these around me is distracted because I'm looking at this, I got something in my face, and I should have went on Periscope, but it's going to be a one-sided thing anyway. But the advertisers have boycotted YouTube. The YouTube advertisers, not all of them, but major advertisers, and many of them, it hurt YouTube. So there's less money to go around for those who advertise, for the creators of YouTube channels like mine. So for the ads that get clicked on or just exposed in front of an audience, it's less, much less, and people are panicking. My thing is that it's everybody, y'all. It's not just me. It's not just black people. It's white people. Let me tell you something. It's mostly white people, right? It's mostly white people, right? Yes, Nicole, how are you? I never left. I just had to put the pedal to the metal and get a lot of other things done. Things together, certain finances, certain projections, certain technical things, and I'm not done yet. There's things I got to do, but I couldn't wait any longer. So I threw up the video earlier, and I intended to do this show with my friend Melanin Queen. How are you? Wow. Yes. Haven't seen you for a while. Yes. So like I was saying, that especially black YouTubers, look, you all know that I've had my issues with the funny business, with the powers that be. We understand that. After the situation with Cosmo, when I was on the Dr. Drew show, it really happened then with Eric Shepard, with that whole thing when they were looking for him and he was on the run and he called me for the interview. It really happened then, but it wasn't something where somebody's going to show up at my door clean and they know that I live clean, but they mess with you. This next situation here is not that and affected by it. And I know people who really depend on the money they make from YouTube, which, you know, like I said, I don't make much. Look, I'm losing money, but the amount of time that I put in to make videos and do all this stuff, I could work my job 2 days and, you know, a couple days and do a little overtime that way and get, so it's not a money thing for me. So I'm not crying about it. You know what I mean? This is not a thing where I'm getting up and, oh, please donate so. Listen, everybody across the board, they dropping bombs in the world out here. All across the world. We're living in a different world, y'all. It's not even, we had our problems back in the 70s. Marvin Gaye singing these different songs and stuff, but it's nothing like today where we don't know if we put on the TV or hear something like, hey, that's it. There's a bomb coming because there's a lot of tension in the world. So to me, to have it another day, to wake up and be strong. Yes. Let me see. The beauty channels have vids running. Lovely tea, advice. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I don't put many ads on. I can enable it to do more, but it's not. Just say so, the room is so dark. This is going to be some special live stream show. Yeah, I purposely made it dark because I didn't want the lights that I have up to reflect off of the screen, and I kind of got like a little bootleg, a spring break kind of thing to set the mood here. But the guest that was going to be on, I can't find her. I just got off the phone with her. I hope everything's all right. Maybe I'll try to call her again and add her in, you know, when I go through this. But since I put the link up, I said, well, I'm not going to disappoint and just not show up or just, you know, push it back or whatever, because Uncle Lance got to get into bed early tonight. Let me just move this chat up so I can see it a little better. I just hope you know I got 3 mouses in front of me, so I'm going to be grabbing mouses and trying to figure out which one it is. Because, okay, this one here is for this here. Okay, so we'll retire that mouse. That's the closest one, you know. Yeah, so across the board, they're feeling it. I don't care who you are, they're feeling it. But there are some channels that are doing extremely well and actually doing better than that on the money tip, right? Now, I had always been scheming on getting into the boxing side of things because I'm a boxer. Everything I do at LanceScurv, I'm going to do in boxing also. I have everything here. No matter clicking a button, boom, 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 boom. It's no problem. But are doing phenomenally well for something that these guys love to do. And I said, okay, what I don't make at LanceScurv, I think I'm pretty good with the boxing stuff. And it's going to be just as professional and frequent, so which will help to keep this funded and fueled, so I won't be like these YouTubers saying, they're coming to get me. Oh, it's because I tell the truth. It's because I'm the bringer of truth. Come on, pay your bills, man. Go get a job. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys are complaining. I have no problem with that. I appreciate everything that everybody does for me when they donate and stuff like that, but I'm not, look, this is in my house, y'all. This got nothing to do with me like going somewhere else and trying to get up money. No, I sacrifice, I work, I do what I do. So you all know that. So there's a lot of guys who think that by putting themselves out there like that they're gonna make $1 million. That party is over for this type of stuff, because I spoke to Star from Hot 97, aka Shot 97. I'll show up in New York. We talk frequently, and he's like a mentor to me with the online stuff and the radio stuff. And he told me, he said, listen, just change and look at your titles and your tags and your keywords, and certain channels will be looked at more. If you have a political channel or a channel that deals with Black issues, which I'm not ever going to back up from. If anything, I'm going to click the ads off and use my other boxing platform to make the money I need to keep this going, because it wasn't really a money thing for me anyway. So there are people who are crapping bricks, worried about, oh, YouTube. Well, what did you do before YouTube? You worked a little extra. And it's not like some of these guys, there are sites. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to blow certain people up now, but there are sites that are out there that you can go to and put in the channel name of the person, click it, and see exactly what they're making. You behind closed doors. But yeah, you see what they made last month. You see what's pending for them to make this month. And you can go back for the whole time. It tells you all their stuff, and it's legal. So I went on and I put a couple names in, like, wait a second. Why is this person crying so much like they were really making $1 gazillion out of it? You know what I mean? Like, I think now, like this next month, I make like 100 and something bucks. So what? I got to go to work tomorrow, y'all. For me. 54 years old, you know what I mean? I'm doing this out of love. Queen Common Sense, I see you. How are you? Yes, let me move this thing up, because I'm like, I want to see everybody when they come in. You know, I want to see everybody when they come in. Let me know if any one of you young ladies want to call in, because I need somebody to bounce off of, because this is something that I would like to have the female energy in on. And it's kind of an adult type topic. Yes, Queen Common Sense. Yes. So that being said, setting everything up now. I'm going through the graphics, the sites, the forums, this, to that, the social media under that different name that I will release maybe in a week or two, because I want to get some content on there. And we have a lot of wonderful fights coming up. Sean Porter, Andre Berto, Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, Anthony Joshua, Vladimir Klitschko. The list goes on. Canelo and Chavez. You know, hopefully Triple G and Chavez, or Triple G and Canelo. You know, maybe Mayweather might come back. I'm really into this. So it's nothing that, oh, he's just doing this to try to get money. No, no. I love boxing. You all know that. Most of my analogies are that. And I love you too. Yes, Maui, wow. Maui, wowie. I never saw your name in the chat before, but welcome. And I love you all. And we're going to be popping out frequent stuff the same way. But like, again, before we start, I just had to deal with certain things under the hood, see what I had in my tank, time-wise, to work the jobs that I do, to come home and do what I have to do and make it work. And the artwork that's going to be coming, because I'm going to start a piece tonight. I'm going to carry it with me all week on the long red lights. I'm going to whip it out and keep going. My hand has been, you know, it's like a man who drawn for me, getting the pen, right? No, just getting the pen in my hand. It's just something about dropping that ink, dropping that lead and shading. And, you know, most of the stuff that I do will be cartoon-like and comical on a boxing level. And I'll do some political things also. But those fans, it's a mainstream thing. They're all over the world, whether it's South America, North America, Canada, the UK, the Orient, the Middle East, Africa, everywhere boxing fans are. So, you know, it's for everybody, and I'm going to do that. But I'm not going to lose my identity with the original stuff that we do, and I'm not going to change who I am. It's just like I said. Yes, C-Dub. Oh, yes. That's the man right there with the music. He's got the music going on. Yes, yes, yes. Love them beats, man. Let me tell you something. I play it a whole lot. You see certain ones, certain videos you have, not just the ones where you, you know, sampled me, but the beats and the words and stuff like that. It's wonderful. Yeah. But like I said, I'm glad to be here in 2017. Been online since 2002. And the love runs deep. That's all I say. And I will not focus on anything else other than the love. No drama here. We don't want, I'll let folks roll around in the shows when we have our live shows and stuff like that. But the back and forth drama, no. We want to have good, positive energy here. And it's a good thing. Well, anyway, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. And this is not going to be long because, wow, it's 10:52 already. Well, I started late. And thank you for holding tight. Because like I said, I tried to get homegirl in on the line. Like, I should try to call her again, right? Anyway, I'm going to run through these, and I want us to have a little discussion on what it's about. The toll-free number is open, 888-575-3769. It's dark in here now. It's a little different. You know, I got things up on the screen, and I went out and got a little TV and put it up there, you know, thanks to Google and the donations that you gave me in the YouTube. We're going to keep things always going up. This weekend, I'm going to do shows. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Conscious TV, if you saw the video where my brother Davion, he's a homosexual brother, you know, and he gave me a lot of compliments on the RuPaul video that I made. And he reached out, I reached out to him. He called me back. We talked about it, and we're going to have a show this Saturday coming, and it's going to be titled, there's nothing out there, there's no link yet. But he made the title because we were brainstorming. I said, I want this to be very controversial. I want it to be very, and the goal of this show, well, the title is going to be Homos and Hoteps. Homos and Hoteps, right? And we're going to speak about the goal here in this upcoming conversation, which I should make the link and put it up tonight so it can circulate so more people can see it, and on Facebook and everything like that. But the goal of this show, that show, is really to have that conversation, meaning that, and he's very frank, and I like the way this young man communicates, right? But, right? Because many people say, well, you know, them damn homos, You know, they always want their own rights, but when it comes to the black community, they're quiet. And then some of them will say, well, you all Hotep Negroes and folks in the black church, you always calling us names and pushing us away. You want us to come and stick up for you, but you don't stick up for us. And some people say, well, stick up for you, you just black. Why do we have to stick up for you because of your sexuality, what you should be doing behind closed doors? So we're gonna a hotel hoe, side wife, right? Oh, yeah. We should right? A hotep, a hostepper. The like button, folks, right? Dave, what's going on, brother? The lines are open. The show will go on longer if somebody calls it. I'm not begging y'all, but I'm gonna do some stuff after this. So if the interest is there, we'll keep it going a little longer. But it's not about right or wrong to say, oh no, this is wrong and this is it. That's not the whole gist of the show. Let me tell you what it is and what my vision with this is. It's that first conversation. I'm setting this show up not because I'm bending on what I think and feel about the LGBTQ community. No, it's not about that. But we need everybody in our community unified to what you are. They're shooting us down. They're killing us. They're poisoning up the water. We're disappearing. And our melanin is just as important to whoever's stealing us for that, no matter what the orientation. So my thing first, let's get us all together because we're so divided and we're becoming a conquered people. And there are many firebrands out here who are doing the right thing and actually doing it. And we spoke about the conscious community, right? And I agree that there's a lot of this, and you don't know this back in this year in this pyramid, and this. What are we doing now? And most people in the conscious community, they're fighting with each other. So I'm like, what's the point of calling yourself conscious when you're acting barbaric to your own brother and somebody else who's oppressing you is getting over on all of us? No matter how strong the armor is, if it has a crack in it, the enemy's not going to say, well, we're going to stand right here and go through the part that's strong. They say, hey, we don't have to work that hard. We can go in that way. My thing is, leave all the other arguments out the door. Anything that's ever happened to you in your past or how you were raised up to think about your black brother and sister, let's all unify. And we're going to talk about some very uncomfortable things. And I'm going to let people talk on both ends of the spectrum and all in between. Because he's bringing some folks on, and I know a lot of you will call in, but it's not going to be the screaming match where you come in and vibe on the point a little bit, then you go run with it and take it somewhere else. It's going to stay on point, and I'm going to referee this one. Because I don't want it to be any venom. Because we will get passionate and get in our feelings and lose the point of it. I want it dignified. And yes, we will roll around in the sand a little bit intellectually. But it's not going to be, and listen, I ain't talking behind his back because I'd love to have him here. I can't have Brother Django here that night. Y'all know, I love my brother. The phone's going to probably, hey, man, you talking about me, man? The blue-eyed devils. Also, I'm like, yo, relax. If I have him here, he's going to, you know, I would like to, but I know he's going to go off. And he's going to hear this if he's not listening. Yo, Lance. Okay, we got somebody that popped into the, let me see. Let me grab the right mic. Mics, mouses, mice. Let me grab and see who. Let me see. All right. Okay. 352. Is it anybody who wants to speak? If not, you can chill out here as long as you keep everything on mute. If you want to talk, feel free to jump in because I'm going to go down this list. Interesting. You're not too far. Really close.
Hello.
Yes. Who am I speaking to?
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. Talk to me.
Okay. Hey, this is Dave, brother Lance. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Dave. All right. You got a clunker device over these phones, man. I mean, you're all over the place. I love it. Just let me know in the chat room if you can hear Brother Dave. Seems to be a little low to me, but maybe it's just my headphones. Let me know how his voice is coming out. Talk to me, Dave, so they can get a sound check on you.
I'm not making it too long as well, but
okay.
the reason I called as well is because they're good. They can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's kind of fuzzy though. It's making little noises and stuff. But we'll accept it. Is that come on in and talk to me.
You want me? If not, I'll call back on the other line.
Okay, yeah, that might be a little better. Just when you come, I'm gonna pop to another screen. Just let me know that you're here. I'll hear it, but just let me know that you're here and just jump on in. I'm gonna read off or start reading off some of these lines. Yeah. Wow. The chat room is popping. I know it's something hot. Okay, let me see. And we're gonna get into these relationship shows too. What you say, Queen Common Sense? I'd love to hear any of these married men who try to force sisters into the side chickery foolishness. Yes, I wanna get into all of this really, really deep over a period of time. I want to always have a relationship show where things are done in a frank manner, and we go there. This is the year of us going there, y'all. We got to go there. There's not a time to hold back or we know what it is. Be real with it. Like when I had what's her name? Oh God, what's her name? Yes, there she is. She came on in. I'm glad you're here, Queen. Welcome. I don't know if she wanted to be quiet or something. Oh, okay. I don't want to blow you up. But I'm glad you're on because I'm going to go down this list. And like I said, I'm not trying to glorify anything, but a lot of us need to face things. Not you or I, or not anybody who's in this chat room, right? But there are people out here that need to hear these conversations, and we'll have fun with it. But we need to go in with surgical precision, like I usually say on talking about these topics, because there are people that I hear on the bus just being in public, and the things that come out of their mouth are so ignorant. You know what I mean? And it's like, wow, just look at this person. You would think they know a little bit more about life, or things are a little different in their head, but they've regressed, or they just never got to first base either. Talk to me.
Ignorant.
Say it again.
Ignorant.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah. Indeed. They love it. They just want to stay that way.
Yeah.
I see Dave, and also let me just get a sound check from you, Dave.
Okay, hopefully this sounds a lot better than the last phone.
Oh man, you got subwoofers up in here, man. You blow Barry White out the box with the bass you just came with. Not to step on Queen's toes because she's here too, but we're all gonna chop it up. Let me know when you wanna of the 10 side chick rules, but I know you don't have a lot of time, Dave. So just go on and say what you want to say. Not rushing you, but I don't want to like talk so much and you don't get a chance to say anything because me and Queen, you're gonna vibe in a little while.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Today is what they consider to be Easter, and unfortunately, a lot of people celebrate these holy holidays, and they don't really have an idea what it is they're really celebrating.
Right.
And I get a lot of people that sending me, happy Easter things. I tell them, look, I don't celebrate these holidays because, and I explain certain things to them.
Right.
Like this Easter, which is, if anyone is familiar with the scriptures, the gentleman Nimrod, he was the one that built the tower that was supposed to be going to heaven.
Right.
And in the story, God made them, speak all different languages. So it was like the Tower of Babel where nobody could understand each other.
Right.
That was Nimrod. He was the leader of one of the greatest armies at the time. Unfortunately, he fell in love with his mother, his birth mother. And she got pregnant by him. He killed his birth father over the mother, and to cover the pregnancy, he said she got pregnant through immaculate conception. Sounds familiar?
Exactly.
Right. So
there are many examples like that. So similar, right? You're right.
So similar, right? So they celebrate Resurrection Sunday, okay? But in actuality, what they're celebrating was his erection for that day, is what it really is. And having
Viagra free.
what it is. And Viagra free. And the eggs that the children are actually looking for is actually his testicles, his balls is what they have the kids supposedly looking for, these colored eggs. So that's the whole premise. You can check it out. That's the whole premise behind this holiday. But what it is that they want the youth, the children, because they're innocent.
Right.
And when children are involved in these things with that innocent spirit, they get a lot more from the interaction with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Us old dogs, Lance, our spirits have done corrupted, but they want pure spirits from the kids. And this is why these holidays are so catered towards the children.
Right. Sacrifice.
I asked someone, sacrifice, you see? So I asked someone today, say you went to a shopping with the supermarket and you have your young children with you, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever the case may be. You turn around and you see a total stranger, this guy, with your child on his lap, hugging your child, and they're talking to your child on his lap. What would you do, Lance?
I wouldn't walk up to him and kindly, I'm very explosive, and I'm not glorifying that. I don't glorify violence or anything like that, but it would be a scene. It would be something I would do that I'd probably have to leave out of there quick. But he's going to be picking up his teeth like bloody chiclets, and I'm going to make his dentist rich. Put it that way.
All right, so you see, all right, so you and myself are on the same level right now.
Right.
Because that's exactly what I'm thinking, right? But check this out now. Let's put a red suit and some white beard on that same stranger.
Right. You got Satan's claws.
Allowing these things to happen to us, by us, by us.
Let me tell you something. My daughters, I don't even I never had them sitting on my lap and I'm their father. It wouldn't dare think to feel comfortable on no man's lap until it's their husband. On my knee sideways, but they ain't sitting all up in my lap. Not that I have a problem with some kind of deviant thing going on. No, you're not gonna. You know when, and those who raised you, mother, father, uncle, grandfather, whoever, guardian said, listen, you can go down to that telephone pole, but you can't go any further. But when you begin to go a little further, you start to feel funny because you know you're violating. So then when a child is not used to being up on it, there are many ways to be up on your child and love your child up on a physical level. When my kids were younger, I would love to lay down, like if I'm reading something. And I used to love when they would climb on me. I said, come on, babies, climb daddy. I would just say that. And it felt so good. They're snuggling me and whatever. And my private parts are on the ground. Around reading something on the floor and they're on the carpet or whatever and they're jumping all over me, but none of this jumping on and things can brush by mistake type thing. So if that happens with somebody and they know what not to do or situations to find themselves in when they're off on their own and when it's not right, but they're not going to be off on their own, right? Without somebody being too close enough, but no person's going to come with that crap. See? But this is the thing. It's real quick because a lot of folks hitting me up saying, hey, let's go down the list of this and that with the side chicks. Ginger Lynn was supposed to be here and do this with me. But we're going to talk about this. I'm not cutting you off, but I'm glad that you brought that up. And I want to focus on that because for some reason, a lot of these holidays get past me and I don't have a chance to do a show on it. It's like, wait a second, Christmas went by, New Year's and the Easter and Easter eggs, fertility. Come on. There are a lot of orgies going on around satanically, so we're going to do it. But let me go down this list here. I want it to be fun, but like I said, homegirl didn't show up. So it threw me off a little bit because this is something she really wanted to do. And I did too, something fun. But don't forget Homos and Hoteps this Saturday coming up, and I'll have it up soon. And during the week, we're going to throw some stuff up. But here it is, y'all. 10, and what did I title the show? I forgot, but the 10 side chick rules. We'll just say that right now. Okay, number one. And Dave, jump in if you want to add in. Queen Common Sense, jump in. Anybody wants to call, 888-575-3769. The number's right below. If you look at YouTube, you'll see it right below. Just scroll down, you'll see the number to call in. Okay, number one. You are the side chick. This does not mean that you are the only side chick. So act accordingly. Okay, so I'm going to morph my head because I wanted to really ask her directly that you are the side chick. This does not mean that you are the only side chick. So act accordingly. Okay, lots of times we see drama in the street, and God knows I see a lot of drama. And I can pretty much discern how this drama started. To number one, you are the side chick. This does not mean that you're the only side chick. That means if you are the side chick, this man might have many sides. See? So you can't get mad he's messing with someone else. You have women out there who are like, okay, you have a wife, you have a main girlfriend you've been with, you're living with, and it's like a what do they call it? Common law situation. You may not have the piece of paper, but it's so long that certain states acknowledge that it's like you're married. Some of these women who are the side chick, or the other woman, or the mistress, or whatever. Side chick sounds good in this example. Many of them say, well, you better not mess with anybody else. And a lot of these men will say, ha, you're not the main thing. And who are you to tell me from your position that I better not mess with anyone else? Because I'm not defending this in this topic, saying yay or nay. I'm just laying it out. This man is cheating on his wife, or someone who holds the status of wife. He's doing that. So if he's doing that to her, what do you think is a more of a chance he's doing that to you? So why are you getting angry? This is why some side chicks do what they do. Now, I'm not demonizing the side chick. I'm not glorifying. I'm not demonizing. I'm a neutral entity. I'm just passing along the information that she wrote. That's why I'd rather it be where she's here. You know what? Let me try again. Maybe we can try again. Let me see now. Hold tight. Let me see if I can get through to her. And we'll start the rule all over again. Okay. Come on. Somebody told me the other day, oh, it's not professional to take a phone call or make a phone call during a show. Well, damn it, I'm not professional. I'm home. Matter of fact, when you see me go this low, I'm scratching my toes. When you see my hand go right here, I'm scratching something else. Hold on a second. Let me resume this call. She didn't pick up. No. I hope she's okay because I got on right after getting off the phone with her. Well, anyway, we'll move on. Why are you getting mad? I remember I worked a job. I won't say what job because I'm going to blow up a whole lot of people. And there were a bunch of women there. And there was this one guy who is married. While of overhearing the water cooler talk, it was like, well, you know, you have them on Tuesday, I have them on Wednesday, and so-and-so over here. I'm like, wait, have who and for what? What are you, carpooling and you taking turns? It wasn't carpooling, y'all. They were pooling something else, all right? In the sharing of their crotch sauce. So their thing was the four of them, I heard somebody just pop on in. Let me see if somebody popped out. Okay, everybody else popped out. It's just me, no problem. This will be quick, right? Cool with there being 4 other women on top of the wife, and they all had rank and file. They all actually got together on this job. He knew it. He never acknowledged all of them in one spot, but they all whispered it, but he knew they all knew, and they all had their system. How's that? I mean, 4? And they all knew each other. That's what bugged me out. They all knew each other, worked on the same job, bought each other lunch, and they were all cool with it. I knew a pastor up in Queens, New York, many years ago, and this was in the late 70s, early 80s, and it's confirmed that he was doing what he was doing because when he was seeing my old girlfriend's sister, I was over there by my old girlfriend's house 2, 3 in the morning, as a young dude, you know what I mean, in my late teens. And this pastor would come to the door, 3 a.m, parents sleeping on the first floor. And he's going up to knock boots to this young lady in her early 20s. And this is a pastor who had a sizable church, the first lady and the kids and all this stuff. And he had no shame. Slipped me $5 to go around the corner and check on his car, make sure it was all right. And he knew I was going to keep quiet about it. So he had 3 that I knew of. That young lady, my old girlfriend's sister, and 4, and 3 other ones. He was paying one's rent. He was buying the other jewelry, lots of trips, and they all played their position, which I'm not saying by condoning it, but they did, and there was no drama. They used to bicker amongst each other, right? But this kind of thing has been going on for so long. I don't know what it is where, I don't know. I'm going to reach out to some side chicks, and I want them to call me. 407-590-0755. You can text me. You can cuss me out. You can text me. And if you cuss me, I'm not going to call you back. On the text level, I'll just keep it on that level. If you don't want to get on the show, you don't have to get on the show. But I want to go there. This is the year of going there. Let's go to number 2. All right. Man thoughts. Okay, let me see. Man thoughts. What you say, Queen? Or older than female thoughts. You're right. Jeffrey. Yes. Everything's good, man. Working hard, trying to keep things up, taking it to the next level. Happy about that. Like they say, the Christians say, feeling blessed. Blessed and highly favored. But I'm not saying it in zombie-like fashion, right? Rule number 2, focus on our time together, all right? Focus on our time together. My whereabouts or what I'm doing when we're apart aren't your concern. My life outside of our time seems kind of harsh. It's like when they say, I know you're screwing me, but at least use a little lubrication. That sounds like so cut and dry. That's like you're on some 90-day probation period on the job, and it's like you get no benefits. Can't you have some kind of friendly banter or something? Or you're doing? I mean, it's just like so cold and not emotional. Well, it is what it is, right? This is not a true love thing. This is a booty call thing, a physical thing. But to me, you separate it like that, there are repercussions. And there's no way that's something intimate with somebody and not catch feelings. We're made to be able to bond and have those soul ties. So that's why you have to be careful. But look, number 2, again, focus on our time together. My whereabouts or what I'm doing when we're apart aren't your concern. My life outside of our time isn't your business. Well, I guess that keeps people in check, that you set it up front, that later on when men catch their feelings too. I'm not saying it's just a woman, but when that woman, in this case, catches feelings, because we did say the title of the show is about side chicks, it's not like I didn't tell you. I'm not saying it's me. I'm saying it like the man would say. So if you see or peep up on my Facebook page, or you peek up and see me somewhere in the mall with my significant other, you're not even supposed to bring that up. Oh, I saw you, right? So I guess this is written by a woman, all right? Okay. This chat is it's popped out. Yep, you're right, Queen Common Sense. It is harsh. When you creep, there is a price to pay. With every home-wrecking deed you do, there's levels to this hood boogery. Hood boogery. That's right. You're right. Should I say it again? No. Let's go on to number 3. Be comfortable with who you are to me. Never, ever mention my wife or main chick. She isn't your business. Attempt to contact her. To do so would be in breach of our contract. And I guess the contract that they have is something that's not written. I guess it's something that, folks, this thing is distracting me. I'm seeing booty out of the corner of my eye here, right? And I kind of put these kind of spring break visuals up because of the nature of our show, because when you're in your 20s like that and the hormones are rolling, there's all kind of craziness going on. It's almost like when you try on some shoes that you like, most people are trying out their sexuality for the first time, where they're free away from where they live and they're around others. They can do all the crazy stuff. So that's why spring break, you know, a lot of condoms, a lot of STDs, and a lot of visits to the clinic the next week. So it's good for business if you're in that kind of business, right? People who they're into the life of that man. He should not be, we understand that this shouldn't be going on in a perfect world, but it is. So let's talk about it. I'm not condoning it, but you know, yeah, you're wondering what the background was all about. Yeah, I could have put on, hey, look, I'll change the background. You want me to put some kind of other video up? It's on YouTube. I can change it if it's something more appealing to you, whatever. But it's something like, okay, it's a lot more interesting than just seeing me. I don't even know why I chose this one. I sort of thumbnail and just clip and I hit it. So let me know. You want to change it around? I'll do it. You know, you want to see some buff men? Since there's a lot of women here, I'll do it. Doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? It's fine. Okay, cool. All right. But even in the future, you know, just let me know. But yeah, a lot of these women are competing with the wife sometimes. A lot of these women, not all of them, may have an esteem issue, and they view that man's wife as the goal. Like, I'm messing with him, I'm getting that part of him, but and maybe I'm not worthy, but I'm a damn sure try to get in that position. And some of these people will bide their time and wait for the perfect time to jack your stuff up. And the man might think he's getting over. Like, yeah, I got sex. But you're still getting the baggage. You're still getting something, that a heaviness on your spirit, a soul tie. It's not worth it. You see what I mean? And I'm not going to sit all day and say it's not worth it. We know it's not worth it. Okay. My voice is a little hoarse, so I know this is not going to be long tonight. I've been talking up a storm, even though it hasn't been on shows. Anyway, number 4, anticipate frequent, sudden changes in our plans. Spur of the moment, do. So he's telling you. But you know, my thing is, right? A lot of these guys who have side chicks, why is it that they can say stuff like this to this effect, but when the side chick has the same feeling back toward him, he might get angry? It's like when he said in number 3, be comfortable with who you are to me, never ever mention my wife or main chick. She isn't your business. So what if he sees her with some next man? It's good for the goose. How do they say it, right? So, I mean, it's nothing except just bend over and be an orifice. It's just nothing except just, you know, give me your holes. Service me. Oops, I got 5 minutes. Hurry up, I'm gone. I mean, this is like really broken down harsh, but a lot of people put on more on it than what it really is for those who have that kind of thing, because I understand you have emotional affairs also, where you're hurting inside and a person kind of vibes with you, but it is an affair because you shouldn't be focusing on this next person like that. The business at home needs to be taken care of, right? But those things lead into the physical also, the emotional affairs, right? So, yeah, the main wife has to do the heavy lifting? Nuke Man 444. That name kind of scares me in this day and age, Nuke Man. You know what I mean? Nuke Man. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna have nightmares now because Trump is the Nuke Man. What? You did Queen Common Sense? You saw an entire, wait a second, Facebook page celebrating side chicks. These are the words out of my mouth, Queen. Yeah. Getting dick and lies. Both women are getting dick and lies. Is that something? That's a hell of a title. I got to write that down. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah. So what if she acted that way back toward him? You know, so he's saying anticipate frequent sudden changes in our plans. Spur of the moment is the best I can do. So does he expect her to sit around and wait? Now, here we go again. Number 5, you must understand, you must always maintain a positive vibe in my presence. It's vital to the success of the new word, situationship. No nagging or complaining about promises I didn't keep. So he's telling you right there that I intend to break promises. Spur of the moment is the best I can do. My private life is none of your business. Focus on our time together. What I'm doing when we're apart is not your concern. And it doesn't mean you're the only one. God, dog. I mean, this is like some bargain basement budget, irregular scratch and dent type situation. Who would settle for this? And we're just on number 5. Now here we are on number 6 because they're 10. Number 6, we are secret lovers, meaning the world can't know about us. Never tag me on Facebook. Don't send me invites to work functions or family functions or holidays. I guarantee I won't show up. Wow, he guarantees it. So he's not going to take no chance, right? He says this thing is secret, right? So look at the lingo now. Never tag me on Facebook. Look how the social media lingo has crept into our lives now, right? And it's an accepted part of the whole thing. And again, social media to me has accelerated this kind of thing, and also at the same time exposes a lot of it, where you have people who are creeping or secret lovers, but they're creeping on each other's Facebook page. What is that girl? Why are you friends with her? Where do you know her from? And this side chick might know this young lady for being a career side chick, and you have no mutual friends. So what's up with that? I hear a lot of Facebook-based arguments throughout my day. It's crazy. I'm moving this chat room around, but I don't want to. Okay, what did I just do? Okay, I didn't maximize it. Yes, talk to me.
I just went to a similar situation right on Facebook.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
I like someone's page and I tagged them. The other girl, she says to me, "Why you tag her? You know, don't talk to her. You know, I don't know what you do. I don't care what you do." So you know what I did, Lance?
Yeah, what?
I just blocked her. Sorry. And that's what it is. You see? Because some people live for drama.
Some people try to set your life up for drama. They'll see that your life is drama-free, and they'll try to instigate stuff or send you messages about this one or that one, or poke at something, or try to push your buttons. If you're going smooth for a good long time, all of a sudden it's like, no, we can't have this. Some people are just drama containers, and they can't wait to spill it off. But like with number 6, secret lovers. The world can't know about us. You're invisible. I mean, it's getting stripped down. I mean, this is so harsh. Not that I expected people who are creeping with each other to have true love. You know what I mean? But you're giving up the most precious part. I mean, we're precious on all levels, but your body, but you have no say-so. Number 7, no discussing about where this is going. We are where we will be. This moment, so enjoy it. But then again, isn't that the way it is in life? Not condoning this statement, but we need to appreciate where we are. I just thought I would stick that one in. We need to appreciate where we are in life and enjoy this moment, because tomorrow's not promised. But the way this person is saying it, you know, he doesn't want her to start catching feelings and say, well, where's this going? But with this kind of, the way that this is written out, most side chicks who are side chicks and who are used to being side chicks, they ain't going for it like this. I have a few questions to ask a couple of other ladies in the chat room. Not that I'm saying you've ever been a side chick, but just from a female's point of view and from the side chicks that you may have known down through the years. Now, here's number 8. Yes, I am FUCKing my wife or main woman. No, we don't use condoms. Again, not your business. Focus on our time. Explanatory. I mean, you have men who say, well, and there are men who don't have sex with their wives, right? And there's some wives who are just like, well, I don't care if you have sex or not. Well, I'm not using that to condone this man doing something, but what you think? You got women out here who want to be side chicks, right? But still, I mean, what's the point of doing this with this woman when there's all these rules and stuff? Do what you do at home. Stay home and beat off or something. It's not worth it. Number 9, interested in bringing a child into our situationship. So we will use condoms. An unplanned pregnancy will not force a commitment of me, nor will it get you promoted to wife or main. Because in this day and age, still there are a lot of women who think that if I get pregnant and have a baby, it's going to keep him. Especially when it's a side situation, it pushes the man away even further, because now you don't represent what you represented to him in the first place, which is nothing noble, but just quick, easy sex, strange orifice, hit it and quit it, right? Here we go with number 10. Let me just check this conference. Okay, we have an unknown caller. Unknown caller. Identify yourself, unknown caller.
Hey, Lance, how are you today? Happy Easter.
Who am I speaking to?
Hi, you're speaking to George. I just want to say happy Easter. This is the day that Boban resurrected, and just wonderful Easter. And, just wanted to wish you a happy Easter this year.
Okay, thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. I'm going to temporarily put a little lock on this conference because I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it. That's why I'm like, okay, you called them out and that's that. And you don't have nothing to say. Well, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's all in fun. Let me go back to this list. Okay. Number 10, the last one. It looks like there should be 100 the way these people are going. There are no guarantees about the outcome of our situationship. I am a cheater at heart, unless I wanted to. Until then, if, and that's a big if, you are promoted to main, please know that your position is now available. Ooh. One last piece of advice. If you choose to be the side chick, never, ever get emotionally attached. The end result won't be good for you when we separate. But that last one, number 10, again, I'm going to say it one last time. Is about the outcome of our situationship. I am a cheater at heart, and that won't change unless I wanted to. Until then, if, and that's a big if, you are promoted to main status, please know that your position is now available. Promoted to being the main woman or the wife, you're not a side chick anymore. Well, guess what? That position is open. So the way you get the person usually is the way that things will continue on. And I've seen it. If you cheating and you legitimize in your mind that, well, we're together now, we came out of the closet, not some gay stuff, I'm talking about hiding, and we're together, even after drama, karma. I know you want to say something about that, Queen Common Sense, and you're not in the call now. I'm going to open the line again. Boom, here we go.
Conference unlocked.
All right. Any funny business that comes on, we're going to lock it down again. It's kind of ready for that one. But Dave, talk to me about your experiences and let me peep in on this chat room and we're going to wind it down.
As far as here's the thing, and not that I'm a professional or anything to that effect, but side chicks are side chicks for a reason. You see?
Mm-hmm.
It's like going to the restaurant, ordering a meal, and getting a side order on that meal. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that side order is, that's the side chick. She's not the main meal. She's not the main course. You see?
Mm-hmm.
She's just an appetizer. Right? Now, the thing is, women that allow themselves to be a side chick do so because they get that googly eye because of the person that they're dealing with. You see? When you have a man that deals with a woman's emotions, and that's how women operate, through emotions,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to gravitate towards that person.
Right.
Who usually tends to be the one that is seeing 8, 9, 10 different people.
Mm-hmm.
So he's well schooled in that part of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a nice guy, most women say, "Oh, I want a nice guy." But they don't want the nice guy because
Right.
the nice guy, he tells them good things that they want to hear, and he's a nice guy,
Right.
But they want that bad guy. They want that guy that tells them, "Hey, your son's an SO," and they get angry. Then he goes to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby, I didn't mean that," and then he brings them back, and then he says negative again, and they, this roller coaster.
Right.
You see. On top of that, then he's laying the pipe. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you one who's emotional, but then he's laying but then she's getting the pipe laid. So now that guy, the good guy, is like on the back burner. So a few years down, and the kids are growing, and the guy is going on about his business. Then she looked at the guy and said, "Hey, I always liked you." So that's too late now, So, and that's what happened with the side chicks. But if we only allow to happen what we allow to happen, if you say I'm not going to allow this to happen, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Sometimes people don't want to make a commitment, so they'll settle to being a side chick because they know that guy's married. They know they don't have to, it's like with benefits, you see. So they know he's married. They know they don't have to commit. They can go out and do their thing. They get money on the side. They get in the pipe. They're getting all these things. So they're getting a lot of benefits from that relationship, you see. So being a side chick, if that's what they want, that's up to them. But I'm not going to be a side nigga. Side nothing. You see what I'm saying?
Right, right.
If I'm not the main course, then we're not going to play golf.
Right.
You see?
Right.
If I'm not the main course, we're not playing golf. We're not even going to get the balls, period.
Literally, the balls. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, there's no side chick business here.
Right, right.
We put a lot of time. Look, I'm gonna just say me because I have to speak for myself.
Right.
I've been in the world. I've done a lot of things, Lance. A lot of things over there by the bridge and all that good stuff. I've done a lot of things in my life, right? And I've seen a lot of things. It's a little off topic. I'm gonna come right back.
Been around the world, Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, right. You see the same Jews on Eastern Parkway? I've seen them in action in the cars.
Wow. Crown Heights.
Lance, I might be putting too much, but I had to video and photograph some of this stuff because it was just amazing to me.
Right, right.
So yeah, so I've seen it. I've seen those same Hasidic Jews and stuff with the curly hair hanging down, the hats, the whole black. I've seen them in action.
Wow. I used to drive this dude around, a Hasidic Jew, lived up in Spring Valley, but he had his connections in Brooklyn and Crown Heights. He had a business out there. And plus I was like a tour guide. He felt safe exploring different worlds with me because he knew I knew the deal and he paid me well. Right. I wasn't a pimp or anything like that, but he's a little guy and he didn't want to go, I'm not the tallest guy in the classroom either, but I'm not the first somebody's going to pick on either too. So he kind of picked up on that. So he's like, I want you, and I would drive him all the way back up to Spring Valley. He'd come out to Queens, meet me out there where the dollar vans were, because I had a dollar van out there hustling, after work. And then when he came, was like, boom, I knew I was going to get this little $400 for a couple hours. He parked and just drive on up. And really, this guy had money. And he wanted to make sure that a brother was on point because he was going to pay. And he would go to strip joints, just of all colors. It wasn't like just take me to black women because I wasn't going for that. But there were certain places that had a mixture. And sometimes he dealt with people of all races. So it was like, okay, this is what he's going to do anyway. He went to houses of prostitution. He'd take that little hat off and put a little cap on and try to, mixing with me. It was like, okay, he was trying to pass as a white guy, You know what I mean? But we understand that also. But it was crazy seeing the change, seeing how he went from this so-called respectable Jewish businessman, because I didn't know much about him at first,
Exactly.
And then he had this other side, but they maintained the culture. They maintained the line of that facade, that illusion that I'm this respectable Jewish man who is not ever going to violate. Love me some big round booty. You know what I mean? Which, look,
yeah.
You suppress your feelings some way. You can have a container of toothpaste and it has a little crack, a little hole on the side. And you put the cap on and you hold it too tight, it squeezes out to the side, right? So
That's right.
It's going to come out sooner or later. You know what I mean? I mean, I like booty. I got booty at home. Lay down, you fall asleep, and put my face right there. And having a nice sleep on my natural pillows. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. And you laying there, mwah, you know, mwah. I told Mrs. Scurv, if you said kiss my behind, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I mean, look, we got to be in touch with ourselves that way. I'm going to sit up here and say, oh, no, I have no desire to look, whatever. It's fascinating. It's fascinating, but more so too, the insides, the character, the personality. And we have the moral integrity and all that stuff too. And then you can get animalistic and you can go through all gears. Just because you have a Lamborghini doesn't mean you're going to be in the fastest gear at a time. You're cruising sometime. Sometimes you want to be with your woman, your wife, and say, listen, sweetheart, dress up. Let's go to the classiest part of town. Get your shoes on, your little handbag, your hat, your nice dress. I'm showing you off. Not showing you off like some side chick or some whore or some like you a pimp. Not sure, but proud to be next to this person. Oh, many in modern society are so happy to get the crumbs and have a man be able to tell them, well, this is what you're getting. It's my business. You're the side chick. Don't think of it, you know, just all these different things. And a lot of them, not all women, I'm not putting women down, but those women who are like that, right? Okay. Punishment. You know, the man abuses them and he say, listen, I need some money. You got that tax return yet? Yeah, it's coming. Here's the whole thing. What? You have no investment into this man. He has not invested into you. But he knows how to come and ask you for something. I mean, these are situations that I've known. But there is a natural bonding that happens. These 10 rules of the side chick, for 99.9% of the time, that goes out the window. When penis hits vagina, when penis ejaculates in vagina, when vagina grips the penis, when mouth of the man is on the clit of the woman, and sometimes the booty hole, woman is down on that man, what are you thinking? I'm separating this feeling that I have. Look, it gets so good to you at some point, and you lying if you say it don't get that way. I'm not saying in any relationship. This woman's down, and you're like, boy, sure be nice to have this every day. Sure be nice to have this at home. Sure be nice to, it would be nice to, you know, lock this down. I don't want no next Negro doing this to them. This got to be mine. So even when you are that man who has a wife at home, you keep waxing that side chick backside. Guess what? Guess what? Oh, boo-bo. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. I forgot I had this thing enabled, but I really have to say thank you. Thank you so much. And let me continue, right? That's why I like to put the work in, right? Thank you so much. But you're going to catch feelings. You're going to do it. I overheard a woman one time on the bus, and she said it in an ignorant, blunt way, but it was so true. And she was speaking to a girlfriend of hers, one of those girlfriends that every woman, and I don't mean every woman, because sometimes you get to a certain age, you're like, I don't need no woman around me. But there's a point in your life sometimes when you have that woman that's a friend of yours who you kind of tell everything to. Girl, you tell the juicy stuff too. So I heard that girl, I said, okay, my ear got big, like with the headphones here, right? My ear got huge like a satellite dish. France. So anyway, she was saying, yeah, you know, we've been doing this thing for years, and he got his wife and everything like that. And we started getting real freaky, child. And I was into this because I started wanting to do these freaky things. And so the friend was like, well, what do you mean by freaky? Oh, you mean putting his thing in your mouth? She said, girl, that's every time. That's not even considered freaky. That's mandatory. So I started driving slow because I knew her stop was coming up in 4 or 5 stops. I'm like, I ain't getting there too quick. Light was yellow. I hit the brake. I'm like, it's a long light too. We're going to hear this one. So she said, yeah, well, I would do, you know, I don't want to say graphic. I don't want to be that lewd. You all know she was down on her knees and not to pray. She said, but I lifted up there and put his legs back, and I stuck my tongue back there. And the lady, oh, you're nasty. She said, yeah, well, he wanted me to do it, and I tried it, but after I stopped, I wanted to do it again. So now that's mandatory. I'm like, God, I hope he didn't eat chocolate cake with a big serving of chocolate milk, because she's in for a big surprise, right? But it shows you how the deeper you go. Now, when you're with your person, you're a committed, dedicated person, anything goes. It's good. You're supposed to open up. You're supposed to be whipped with each other. Just like what I said earlier in that example. Sure be nice to have this at home. Sure be nice to this person be. Now, we're not judging the strength of a relationship just on the fact of how somebody performs oral sex. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to those things and you have everything else intact and there's no commitment, which there should be in a perfect world, right? We should know what's going on down between the legs. We should know that they're the kind of stuff that you want. We don't want no surprises like Jerry Springer. Well, you should have known I was a man because I always said I was on my period every single week. You know, it's crazy stuff out there, right? And how do you not know, right? That means the dude probably wanted to do something with a dude, or to each his own. But that shouldn't be the basis of why you're in a relationship, a dedicated, committed relationship. Like, again, I said before, there was a guy I overheard in the club when I was a little bouncing. Look at that backside. Oh, man, I want to marry you. See, that's what gets you in trouble. That's what gets you in trouble. That's what gets you in trouble. We have Illinois on the line. I've seen you for a while. I don't know if there's anything you want to jump in, because you know I run my mouth. Avery, thank you. Avery, that birthday drawing that you did, I didn't forget. I want to thank you again publicly. It was good. It was like a happy shock. Like, wow, you took the time to do that, man. That makes me, you know, brother Mike's son. Yes, one love every time. Enough respect, always. But for you to take the time to do that, man, because, you know, me being an artist too, it touched me. And I'm going to share it on the blog and put it up. I'm not going to do it right now, you know, but during the week, my next few videos, I'm going to put that up there, put your name under there. You know what I mean? I really appreciate that. Those things, those sentimental things mean a lot to me. I'm old school that way, and it doesn't always have to be the conventional way. But in whichever way a person can show their love, the same way I like to show my love, and show my love when folks call me and we talk about some real stuff that you might be going through in your life. I'm open for that. And share stuff and lie and shit. I don't do that. There are people out there who think I do, and they're lying on me and say, I don't get down like that, you know. But I just consider it, you know, an extended big happy family. And again, I love to see everybody get along. It makes me feel good because, like I said, when my time comes to leave this earth and transition, when the Creator calls me home to that level, I want my transition gathering party, that's what I'm calling it, to be a daggone party. I might not be there all the way, but my remains will be there. But somewhere, somehow, I'll be cracking up when you tell some crazy Lance stories that I didn't have the balls to share. Did you remember the time when so-and-so? Yeah, tell that one. It'll be one big talk show, y'all. And I love that. It's the truth. Because there are some hidden archives. I can't tell everything, but y'all know I'm crazy from back in the day. But it'll all come out, and those will be things that you just won't believe. Funny stuff. Carlos has a lot of stories to tell about me from the past. Just like if he wants me to reveal some things, I will. Well, we had some, not just him, but a lot of other people had some funny times. I couldn't have gained those times if I was stuck on social media. Now it's with us, and this is how we connect. So, and yes, no, it's the truth, Avery, man. Righteous love, we love you. I love you as a brother, and it touched me. Seriously, I actually want to print that up and put it up on the wall in a nice little frame. You know, my artwork, I know my artwork, but when someone else does it toward me customized, it's like, I don't care if you just took like a pencil and drew it across and not snot, but just like, boom, just put something on there, and this is for you. Like when you see a little child go pick a little dandelion or one that's like blowing away or whatever, and they say, here, daddy, here. It's not the actual thing with what you did is great, but it's just the feeling behind it. It's the feeling behind it, you know? Oh yeah, I'd love to make a movie, but that'd be a long behind movie because I live fast, clean fast, not drug fast or crime fast, but clean, but fast, and been around a lot of stuff and absorbed a lot of it, right? And if I could spit it all back, I mean, a trip to the supermarket, I can make a movie out of that because I see so much. But being up in New York and experiencing so many things for someone who isn't rich or famous, man, I'm never bored, y'all. Growing up, you know, even when I was young, the things I absorbed, you know, if I did, you know, do something bad, and it had to be something real bad because I never got put on punishment a lot. But the 2 or 3 times I got put on punishment when I was much younger, it was like, she really thinks she's punishing me? I got a pencil here. I got some paper. I'm going to draw. I got my music right there. Put the TV on. So what? I look out the window. I can just stare and just titillate myself mentally. You know, it's funny. You know, but and I'll just throw this out for a joke. One of the most embarrassing moments of my life. And I'm going to let you talk, Dave, because I really want to say something. But I want to say, let me see what this video is all about. Hold on a second. What is this? Spring break, South Beach, and there's a cop she's grinding up on. Oh, that's got to be a security. That guy whining on a chick in uniform, that's out. You'd lose your job for that. But one of the most embarrassing moments in my life, my mother found that stash of magazines under my bed. She found it, she found it, she found it, she found it. And she tortured me. Not that no, I don't mean torture like she humiliated me, but she had to be stern, but she was slick with it. Because if I were going to the bathroom and I use the shower, she knew days before it happened. And after I get out, I, wipe down, but sometimes it would steam back up again. So she took her finger and put in the medicine cabinet mirror, Hustler. I go back the next day, I'm like, who wrote that? I'm not thinking, All of a sudden, I'm sitting there, pull the toilet paper out, and she wrote something on there, O-U-I, we, back in the day. We? Nah. You know what I mean? And there were other ones, whatever. And so she approached me one day. She says, what do those words mean? I just ran out the house. Because me and Carlos, this had to be back, how old were we? It had to be back like 74, 75. I think I was like 11 years old. And we were skateboarding down the street from 109th, coming down 135th, down that little hill. Because we lived at 134 between 107 and 105. Oh, he just been working hard. He's going to come on and bedazzle you with his jokes and all that stuff. And it's probably going to be on a weekend because he's working out. He's putting on more weight because he slimmed down a little bit. He was going through a lot of stuff emotionally with losing his mother recently. And last year, again, losing his brother. That's a double blow. You know what I mean? So he kind of lost a little weight, but he's back on track, working good. So I spoke to him, and he's on fire. So he's got mad jokes. But anyway, we were walking down we were skateboarding down the street and saw all of these colorful magazines that were blowing in the wind, and there were milk crates there. And evidently, the person who was renting the house or renting an apartment in the house, he threw a lot of garbage out. About maybe 10, 12 milk crates of porn magazines, softcore and hardcore. And you're 11, 12 years old. You're like, whoa, you ain't going to see me for the rest of the summer. So we looked at each other. This is the same Carlos now. Look, I'm 54 and he's about to turn that. And this is when we were like 11 years old. That talk about a long life of friendship and brotherhood. We put our skateboards away. We came back out. We threw the hoods on. I think this was like the early summer. We didn't have to have hoods on, but we didn't want anybody to know who it was. And we took time with teamwork one. He grabbed the crate. I grabbed the crate. We walking. I had a little further to go up the block. We came back down, and the deal was we're going to keep each of these crates for a couple months and go through all of them, and then we're going to switch. Now, where was I going to put all this stuff? Well, I had a kind of high bed anyway, and it was high under the bottom. I just liked that. My father had me come in with, pick your bed. I'm like, I want that one that's high. I like a high bed. A couple of times I fell off and it messed me up. Yeah, jackpot, right? All lotion and Vaseline in the house, had to hide. That's all I'll say. I used to go out of the house when my mother was inside the house. I'd leave out. Ma, I'm going out to play. I'm going to go hang out down the block with Carlos. She's like, I don't see Carlos out there. He's in his backyard. No, Carlos was up in his room with that family-sized jar of Vaseline. I would double back and sneak back in my room. And I had to be quiet because, you know, I mean, my room, you know, I had privacy and stuff like that. But I would sneak back in the room. And I'd be mad. Other kids come up the block. Lance, you inside? Lance. Shh, shut up. I'll be out in a little while. What you in there doing? Carlos told me you got them magazines. I saw them titty balls. I don't know why young kids used to call them titty balls. Anyway, jackpot. But yeah, enough of that. I'm sorry, Dave. I've been running my mouth. But 224, if you want to jump in, you can jump in. Still with us, Dave?
Hello.
224.
It's me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Who am I speaking to? I got to get the voice a little more than that. Oh, okay. It's another number. Okay, cool. Okay, I got you. Wow, you're good.
Okay.
Yes, talk to me. I'm telling some jokes here and stuff, you know, being light about things and whatnot.
I hear you describing your manhood day.
Yeah, that was quite a long period. I'm not proud of it, but because of that experience, it's helped me to know what not to do. And I kind of, yes, I do regret. I'm not proud of it. I regret it because it's a lot of wasted time, a couple broken hearts that I inflicted, and the time factor. You know, when you come up on that time when you're taking a test and it's a 1 hour test, but you have 100 questions, and now you got 3 minutes and you still got like 8 questions left. It's like, oh my God, if I had only moved a little faster earlier. So I'm not saying, oh, I'm so old, I can't do nothing in life. Precious that time is. It could have been, not that I'm saying a degree is worth anything these days, but it could have been 2 or 3 degrees. It could have been to put myself on a different financial level. Yeah, you know, different things. Say it again?
More beneficial to you.
Yes, and you're kind of fading out. Not fading out, but it sounds like a weak signal. I don't know whether it's me on this side or you, but I heard you though. It's you start to take inventory on how you spent your time in life, and you just, I'm not saying you, but just the way I speak, and you never really know that early on, especially when you're a manhole. You know what I mean? You know, when you're that thing, that guy, that person who is living this way, you know. So I've been preserved, so I do still feel blessed. But I'm going to tell the truth, I waste a lot of time. You know, people say, well, no, you didn't, because you wouldn't be the person you are now if you, yeah, I understand that. It's like taking a gallon of water and putting it into an 8-ounce cup. How much you going to pour in there? 8 ounces, and that's it. This is hopefully. I'm not even encouraging anybody to be that. But when you do have certain experiences and you sign off, hey, cut your losses. Say, hey, I came out on top. This is not a lifestyle. I would never want to be that old. I'm going to say it this way. I would never want to be that old ass dude, 70 years old, sitting there talking about all he has done on a carnal, worldly, lustful level and has nothing to show for it. And I don't mean monetary or financial or something material, but just the bond with someone or good people on a deeper level. Because when you spread yourself out so thin, you can't go that deep. There's no way. It's like skimming a rock on a lake, and you see a skim, skim, skim. Well, some people jump from relationship to relationship, and they don't sink their roots down. It may sound corny, but really that's what it's all about, because you look around, the younger folks, you look around, you're going to be 30. I'm 18, it doesn't matter. That's only 12 years. You know what I mean? I mean, imagine 15 years old to 30. I'm saying 15 for a reason, because you're still very much a child, but you're feeling yourself. And you're like that little girl who is playing double dutch, holding her breasts and rocking back and forth, and then twisting the rope, and you're waiting to jump in. I can't wait till I'm 18. I'm going to jump in. I'm going to do this. And you a guy. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to be able to touch them girls and do what I want to do and whatever. And you get in there in life and you're doing like the girl doing a double dutch. 2 and 23 and 24. Things you should be doing and you're not doing them. Sometimes you are doing them and not doing them as good as you should be doing them. Because of all that extra activity you're doing, not realizing the clock is ticking and it can't come back. Most of us catch our scars in our 20s. Now, a child is not a scar.
Yeah.
A child is a gift. We understand that. But when I say scar, meaning that if we thought a little deeper of the consequences of certain choices, we could have had that child in better circumstances or with someone who is better in their character who'd want to stay around. Right? So that is not a bad thing. It's just that, but then when things happen, I guess it's supposed to happen, as long as you learn and pick up and move on and do what you have to do. Life. Well, you did this and I'm above you because, yes, Crystal Willis. Yes, the line's open. If you want to drop some knowledge, you know what I mean? The line's open. We're going to stay on for a little while longer. 888-575-3769. But yes, and when you get older, I figured it out. There are a lot of grumpy, cranky. Age doesn't always bring wisdom. Lots of times it brings nothing but overwhelming regret. Wisdom on this person because they got gray hair or a bald spot with some gray hair, a no-hawk, not a mohawk, but a no-hawk, right? And if you see why they are moving about the earth the way that they are, because they lived a life on such a low vibration. And yes, you can have those times early on and learn from it and move on. You know, but it's all about moving on, you know, and there are a lot of defeated, drained men out here who have nothing going on for themselves except, and they're ready to die. Let's face it. I know this man that gets on the bus and I heard about him and his reputation and he's just beat up. Life just he made life, he helped life beat him up. He grabbed the bad hand of life and just punched his own self in the face. I'm not going to say no names, and this person might listen, he might not. But he was in a situation, I'm not even going to say a name, but he was in a situation where he was living in a nice home. And his girlfriend, and one of those, it was a committed thing. She's living in a different state. And he looked over the home. It was her house as far as the name on the deed. But it's like, it don't matter. It's like, we're with each other. I got you. So he did things to make money legally, but in the gray area, nothing illegal, but things that you need licenses for and permits and stuff. And he did things, you know, and it was cool. I mean, I would do it. You know, it's not anything bad. I won't say what it is because it would tell who it is. So he's hanging around, Black Lion in the house. Yes. And he's got the fellas coming around and there's different apartments in the home being rented out. He's looking over that, maintaining, doing his stuff. But come to find out that, what does this say? Okay, yeah. Okay, okay, that's a comment being left on one of my videos. But yeah, so fellas are coming around, they have little get-togethers on the weekend, young ladies come around, and he starts to notice, like, look at that young girl. Now, this guy's older than me. A couple years older than me. I'm 54. He's right up on 60, right? So he starts to entertain their company. Nobody to watch over him. His woman who owns the house is up north. So he's going through them. And we're not talking about somebody who, I mean, we all have our different feelings on what the ultimate age gap or what line we shouldn't cross. If you're damn near 60, like 20 is like, come on. But if you're damn near 60, 16, even when you're 25, come on, man. 17, 16, I don't care what Georgia says. But it's here in Florida. So it's 18. But even still, even if it's 19 or 20, yes, we have a lot of mature young ladies who, but come on, you are this age, I mean, if you living up in the mountains somewhere and a bomb went off and there's companionship and things happen, you have no choice. But grown women out here, and it's not about sex, because you do right, you're going to get that. As a man, you're going to get that if you do right. That should not be the goal. But somebody 16 years old, walking down the street, you driving and they walking the street crying, oh, my mama threw me out. Well, if you want to come on by and get away from it all, what is that? So now you're in a situationship with your woman who owns everything that you're in, right? As long as you do right, you have nothing to worry about, because you're going to get married. But now you got a baby on the way. Now you got a baby on the way. Now you got to pay child support, and you damn near 60 years old. 18 years? 78. We put ourselves in situations sometimes, y'all, that are unnecessary. Was it that good? And I overheard him through other people laughing about the situation before it got to that point. Oh, that young gal, ha, 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 my behind. Probably with a young guy spending off your money. And there'll be others. And you thought you're getting over, because sometimes us men get so incredibly caught up in our masculinity. And I'm telling you, not to be lewd, but let's just go there. You a man. And your virility is at an all-time high. And you're in this thing, and you're feeling this testosterone in this rush. And you're in the act of, I would like to say lovemaking, but some people it's just procreational practices, sex. And you look down and you see those lights coming from between the blinds. And you look down and you see this nice backside, this waist arched. She's giving it to you. I'm not being lewd. I'm telling you how it is. And she's allowing you to, she's meeting you halfway with the thrust. And you know that she's gripping you and feeling, you can feel every end part of her walls. She is completely submitted to you. And you're the man. Look what I got. Look at this beautiful, sexy woman. And symbolically giving herself to me so I can feel good and get off righteously. That's a drug, especially when you broke, you don't have no money, your esteem is low. I'm not making no excuses for these guys, but this is why these guys run toward using women for that rush, because that same rush is the same rush when somebody sniffs cocaine, which I've never done, don't need it. I look like I need coke to y'all. I got a crack gland on my body, keeps me going from good living. I'm just joking, y'all. But so many of us run to that because we have nothing else. This is why many of us are on the corner. And we don't have to be in the corner to have that mentality. You can be the dude just coming out of church in the service. Let me see, LanceScurv? I think so. Better be her coming up in the camera, right? Now, I'm not going to change the way I talk. She knows how I talk. But some guys coming out to church, holier than thou, they think in the same way, which that scenario that I painted is really a very beautiful thing when in a righteous situation. Because when that woman gives herself to you, and you as a man, not because of her being so beautiful and it's a lusty situation, it's that you doing what you got to do as a man. Bills that you got to take care of. And these days, it sometimes has to be both. I understand that, but you're on point on everything else, and you earn that. You earn that. You have the right to be the biggest righteous pervert in the whole world if you want to be, because you earned it. But for a lot of these guys who are not doing the right thing, they run to that because for just a temporary moment, a quick set of time, getting away from that they're not doing what they should be doing, like on an intellectual level. What are you learning? You're supposed to learn something every day, not just like one thing a day. But there's idle time. There should be no idle time. When there's idle time, you should grab something. Grab your phone and read something. Grab a book and read something. Think something. Ask somebody a question of something you don't know. You see a man who just got off climbing a pole, ask him what most people think is a dumb question. You know what I mean? How did you go to school for that? How long do you really? So and so and so. Ask you. That way you be so full of things inside of you that you're not just giving a woman sperm, but you're giving her wisdom at the same time. I'm not saying, you're hitting it from the back and you're asking her, do you know the speed of light? 186,000 miles per second? No, that's not the time for that. I understand that. But wisdom and knowledge when it comes time, because we're so quick to share our genitals. But we don't share nothing else. We don't know anything else. So going back to the 10 rules of the side chick, a woman, because evidently she'd been through some things to write that so harshly, because I'm thinking as a man, that's real harsh. That's the way these guys think. Even when they come at you, sweet talking, they know the limit. They're trying to lure you into that game so they can get you in that position. Whether it's bent over or you servicing them, what are we thinking about when that's happening? Usually it's an ego thing. Say it again, Queen.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah, not as good, but it's low. But I want to hear all you have to say.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, sweetie.
All right, I was just listening, and you know how I am. I like to stir the pot a little bit.
It's really low. I wish. Okay, I want the folks in the chat room. Can you hear Queen when she talks? Because maybe it's just me with these headphones. Maybe I need to turn it up a little more. But even on the graph, it's kind of low when she comes through. Let me know how she's coming through. But go ahead and talk, and I'll let the chat room decide. If it's good, you keep going.
All right, let me know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you, but I want to see if they can. Just keep talking and bring your point. Just go on the flow.
Okay. I like to stir the pot. And I like to hear truth and honesty come from the source, because I hear a lot of males.
Let me tell you, Queen, it's low and it's coming through kind of robotic. It's like, we all know your voice, but if you want a Bluetooth or something, you don't have to say, but it's coming through like, when you hear a person say, take me to your leader, I'm not making fun of you now, you know that. It's just that it has that metallic, for real. It has that kind of thing, and your voice is very powerful and full. Like thing that's kind of low. They say, it sounds robotic. Okay. I see you called in again, so let's see if we can hear you. Talk to us, Queen. I can't hear you at all. Man, this is shaping up to be. Okay, go ahead now. Go ahead.
Oh, good. Finally. Yay.
Okay, that's a lot better. Chat room, let us know how it is. But go on and talk, Queen.
All right. So I hear a lot of what some males are saying, what they think side chicks will do or what women will do when it comes to side chick behavior or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of us really don't like that. We don't approve of it. We don't condone it.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of low-key, low-level, weak predators. They're really not even predators. They're just hunters.
Mm-hmm.
They're hunting for love. They're hunting for a connection, because people are depraved for attention.
Mm-hmm.
Currency of the Black nation is attention.
Mm-hmm.
So any attention is better than none, right?
Right. That's why we're so loud.
The trick is already broken into a side person, whether it be a side chick or a side dude.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have had males come to me and say they would settle for being my side dude. Just like I have married men try to force me into a position of a side chick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not going to happen.
So there's more than one way to look at it.
Right.
And I just want to put that on the table. Not saying that it's wrong or whatever for anybody to have their opinion about what they think women want. We have to think about the mental illness that we do still possess, post-traumatic stress syndrome, slave syndrome, indoctrinations, and all that too. We got misogyny. You know, now we have a KKK legacy sitting on Capitol Hill. So we're being programmed and bludgeoned with all these dogmatic things. Plus, we live in a patriarchal society. Taught us these customs.
That's right.
You know, to put a woman as a subordinate to the man. That was learned behavior. We didn't have those customs before they called themselves civilizing us.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So, you know, the side chickery and hood boogery, you know, like black women don't get down with that. Black women don't get down with that. Now, you might find some nice fat asses and pretty chicks that are little girls inside. They're not grown women.
Right.
Because grown women won't wreck homes. Grown women want their own partnership. I see the you know, it's only online that I see it. I don't really see this out in the real world. But you have the slut shaming, and where, you know, for some black males to feel like it's impossible to meet a chaste black woman. You know, like all of us have baby daddies instead of husbands or exes. Like none of us could ever be, you know, what they would call in the Christian world, honest women. Like all of us got daddy drama and multiple children. And that's just not true.
Right. Right.
So a lot of times, black males, and I stress males versus men because it's a big difference. Most black males feel like, you know what, well, look at Queen. She got 3 grown children, so I know she got 3 baby daddies. She had to been a hoe. She's not bad on the eye. She's not hard on the eye. So we know she gave it up. Because if I looked that good, I would be giving it up. They think like we think like they think.
Right.
But me, if you know me very well, I'm a hermit. I don't go anywhere.
Exactly. And that's not a bad thing when I say exactly. Like, you know, I'm agreeing because I'm becoming more of that myself. And I'm in.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm
you can't put these labels on black women just because you see a small sector of people doing it and they're glorifying it. A lot of black women do. But there's a larger number of them who don't. You know, but because we see World Star, you know, Vlad TV, glorifying this stuff and pumping it down our throat, you know, now it's easy to stereotype us with something else to slut shame us the more on top of what we've already walked through. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I have the problem. And say, well, you know what? Women don't mind. We do mind. I don't want to mess with your husband. You know, I don't want your wife coming after me trying to scratch my eyes out and kill me.
Right.
Don't approach and don't open up that can of worms if you're not ready to go fishing. You know what I mean?
That's right. This is we're so tangled up. I mean, the whole planet is, people in the whole world. I'm not saying we're all basket cases. I'm not saying that, but this order has been compromised, and us as black people, not all of us, but many of us, too many of us, we're so tangled up and we can't even think straight because we don't know up from down, left from right, right from wrong, lots of us. And we're just trying to go along and wing it. And we don't want to commit to doing the right thing. We don't want to apply ourselves and even admit that, well, hey, maybe I made bad choices before or things that didn't work out, but this is a new day. Let me take time away from the games of the world and detangle myself and make myself proper and, may I say, pure again. Now, nobody's perfect in this imperfect world, but we can seek to get better than what we are now. And so many of us have given up on that, and we ignore that. So we'd rather take care of the topical, the external, and fool people, but it's the same old mess. How would I look not wanting to take out the garbage, but I put it in a big gift wrap, box and say, here it is.
Right.
They're giving people their garbage.
Well, and it goes back to that surgery that both me and you talked about this a lot before. You have to do the work in order to attract that one, because it's a chemistry, it's a science to choosing a partner, mutual. And a lot of times people don't stop to think that, now it's time to really keep it real with what I want. That's why dating is so important.
Yes.
People get dating and lust confused, and they want to merge the two together. Dating is to figure out if you want to be monogamous with somebody.
That's right.
That's what dating is for. You're not supposed to date and have sex throughout the time that you date, and then now you done screwed each other's life up. And now you're trying to figure out how to separate them. Dating is when you're supposed to be asking, are you married?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to ask on a date.
That's right.
Do you want more children eventually? Where do you see your life with a partner in 5 years? These are the things that you're supposed to be knocking down on the date, not each other. You're saying out to bed to go on a date. So, a lot of times it's the socialization that has, been a real huge struggle in the Black community.
Right.
Co-ed interaction. I call it emotional Tourette's among the gender.
That's a good one.
I can be sitting. I mean, you've seen it on your show. I could be in the chat room talking and we have a troll that has emotional Tourette's. He's obsessed with me.
That's right.
He is. It's true.
That's right.
This dude's been stalking me. He's stalking me for how many years? And instead of just going, you know what, I kind of dig you. You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm out of my league, but I talk to you, but I just want to let you know I feel you about this. That's all I want to say.
Right.
See, a lot of us are very underdeveloped socially. We don't know who we are ourselves, and we can't connect and relate to the next person or even the complementary gender because we just don't know how to do it. We don't have a tool.
You're right.
So you get people just, trusting a big butt and a smile, like they've been doing. Keep recycling the same dysfunction. So there's, you get the dudes that want, Betty Crocker, but they chasing a stripper trying to turn a hoe into a lady of the evening into the housewife.
Wow.
And they keep making the same mistake, but then they turn around and say, Black women are animals.
Uh-huh.
No, we're not. The wrong one, see? You got the wrong one. You got the wrong folks. You need to learn how to socialize properly. With her pigtails and tipping her down the stairs at work, that was third grade. We got to grow up. We have to come up to a hello and a good morning. That's how we do things in grown-up class.
Dang on right.
Grade. We have to understand the languages of love, what love is, how do you want your love to look for someone else, and vice versa. You got to paint the mural with both people in it. You can't just have a fairy tale because men want the same thing women do: loyalty, honesty, trust, sacrifice. We want the same thing. Why are we hitting and missing it to connect?
Right.
Because there's that whole desensitization of communication.
Yes.
Look at all the gadgets we got. It's killing people's creativity for in-person, face-to-face communication. So you can't read emotions anymore. You can't read that expression in the tone. People are walking dead-headed zombies because they got the head down looking at the phone trying to text. It's a microwave society. We don't have patience to sit down and say, oh, let me hear what Lance is saying. It might be something in there that I didn't catch last time. Let me listen to learn versus listening to get an understanding or see how much other vile crap that I can say to you for shock value. We don't like being E-raped. You know what I'm saying? We don't like being, gadget stalked. Like, it's not flattering. If you don't know how to speak to a woman, just don't say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't force somebody to like you just because you like what you see.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's culture now where people want to force each other to do their bidding, and it's all a fantasy idea. It's not real.
Right.
It's so many layers to it, and it's a science, and you have to look at it in 360 degrees. Not just the sex, not just the side trickery. There's psychological damage that makes people take second fiddle.
Yes.
They're damaged, and we glorifying somebody who's mentally touched and they don't know it. They don't.
That's right.
Crazy people don't know they're crazy.
That's right. Shout out to Dave Rude Boy Anderson. Just want to stick that in there. That's what I want to do. Let's wrap it down about 10, 15 minutes. And because there's a lot this week coming up that I want to do, and I'd ride out. We have that show next week, a few during the week, a couple of recordings coming up. But I didn't want this weekend to go without meeting back with my family. And I'm glad you're here, Queen and Dave and everybody else here. Crystal, Nicole, Dave, Avery, Black Lion. I'll scroll up to see who else. What's his name? Oh, God, so many people. So many people who have hit me on the phone. I'm just so glad. Bear with me. I'm trying to climb. I'm trying to grow and make things better. And this world is getting crazy, and it's nice to know that I can get on and we can vibe like this because we don't know, the way the threats are in the world, which I'm not going to live by fear, because at the end of the day, we're going to be victorious, even if some of us are not here the whole way. It's part of life, right? But we will be victorious, and hold your heads up. And J Math, yes, there you go. But yeah, I didn't mean to cut you, Queen. Still share with what's in your spirit, but I just want to wrap it down. So come on down to a smooth landing on the next shows. We're going to start from the beginning, and I want you there so we can just let it all hang out long term,
I just want to kind of throw that in the mix because it's both sides, And we hear a lot from the families, and, we this culture, Western culture, they kind of justify and even, glorify, manhoism. Papa was a Rolling Stone, oats, that is not frowned upon.
Right.
The promiscuity of the male, but the female, Lord have mercy. You know what I mean? So we got to not level the playing field into hoism. We need to stop doing that. We know there's hoism, period. Side chickery, whatever you want to call it. The thing is, how are we going to start teaching our children that this is not cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
We when is monogamy going to be cool again? Because it's like, even though, however dysfunctional it was, I was very glad that I only had 2 people in my life that were nuts, that were raising me. My mother and my father. That was the only 2 people I had to deal with. We have so many people hopping in and out of our cipher, snatching and vamping energy from us because we want we're starved, we're emaciated for energy. And that's why we make these poor decisions to connect up with people who are not on our same energy wavelength. Selectivity, especially when it comes to relationships, we just settle for whatever a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. You're trying to marry somebody who you're in lust with, not in love with. It's a growth. You know what I'm saying? It's a journey. You know what I'm saying? We all know what lust is. At least I hope we do.
If you don't, you're in trouble at this point.
If you don't know what lust is, honey.
I want to know what lust is. Doom, 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 doom. I want you to show.
Right one,
Yeah, that's the reason why so many of these guys are locked up or at the clinic or at the court. Lust.
Right.
Lust.
Exactly.
Well,
It's like I can't stress enough how many times I have been woke up in the morning, check my email. I'm in a relationship with somebody. I didn't know it. Then like 72 hours later, I'm dumped, and I'm like, I didn't even get text messages. You try to make me a side chick, not even know. Mental illness, got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful who we entangle our energy with, who we entrust our energy into. We see that's what intimacy is. Has nothing to do with sex.
Mm-hmm.
No, right.
Yes, in a righteous way, in a beneficial way.
So
that's right.
You don't have to have a side chick to have some intimacy.
Right. Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of us haven't grown to that level,
mm-hmm.
and the vibration that a lot of people are living on today is that low vibration.
Yeah.
And that's by design. That's by design. And in the car business, going on 20 years, I have seen several personalities come through that door and leave the door. I've seen several personalities come to the lot and leave the lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I am still at awe at some of the what we call the ladies that come in there, because Lance, they are so lost. When I say lost, I mean lost in the system.
Mm-hmm.
The system by design was designed to do exactly that, and that is lose them, lose their heritage, lose their designation, just lose their ability to parent. Because of that, the children
mm-hmm.
are suffering, because
that's right.
when you have that come into the business
mm-hmm.
and they're wearing certain clothing that shows everything you need, not an imagination, but it's only because of your growth that you're able to look and see not what they want you to see,
mm-hmm.
but see what the spirit wants you to see. You see, because what we did was turn it into a ministry of speaking to people and showing people that they're more than the sum parts
mm-hmm.
of what they're showing.
That's right.
You see, and by doing that, people realize, and you see the difference when they come back the second or the third time.
Mm-hmm.
The dress code has changed.
Mm-hmm.
These are the same chicks that live on the system, 3, 4, 5 generations on the system,
mm-hmm.
and it's an attitude. It's an attitude. Initially, Lance, I was very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Very disappointed because they could be so much more than what they are. Because they're not stupid people. Because
right.
the way they use the system takes brilliance. It
right.
takes intelligence
right.
to use the system. Just that they're using it the wrong way. And by doing it that way, the children suffer because they see their mother, their grandmother, their great-grand, and they see the whole family coming along that line.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that come out of their mouth is worse than a sailor on the worst ship. You see,
mm-hmm.
and it is an attitude. So yes, we want to big up our queens and we want to do certain things, but at the same time, we can't save everybody. We can't save everybody. And
mm-hmm.
I've come to the realization that is what it is. We can't save everybody.
Right. Yeah. It hit me the other day about that too. Just, you can't save everybody. Some are just gonna, just, and it's almost a relief to know that. Not that we're out there trying to save everybody, and I don't have that power to save everybody, but I mean, just like you want them to do good. You want them to go on a higher level. You want to add on to them. You want to wish you can give them a good word or guide them with what you know. Just like people who know more than me help me out and say, hey, this is the way. It's a whole overall thing. Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in if you build it, they'll come.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
just like your forum here. I mean, I've walked this journey with you for a little bit now.
Most definitely.
I think we're going on 8 years
Mm-hmm.
now.
Time flies.
You build yourself up. Now, unfortunately, you know, most of our nation, the Black nation, learn real slow. We were talking about that earlier. You know, purposeful ignorance, purposeful stupidity. You know, you can put the concrete proof right in front of some Black folks, and they'll still tell you that you're a liar.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Delusional.
Yeah.
We have that. You know, just like I said the other night, you know, just because they're dressed for the occasion doesn't mean that they should attend the event. We understand that. That's a given. The thing is education. So we can't save everybody, but we sure can't teach.
Mm-hmm.
We can put the information we have learned, just like what Lynn does here. Many of us have our own little channels. We do it a lot for free. You build it, they'll come. And we are reaching and getting the messages out there that are dysfunctional, what to avoid, how to, and the key is how to change those poor habits into better choices and better habits. Because you can't just snatch a behavior away from somebody and say, don't do the side chickery. Replace something else. You got to give the people something else to do.
Right.
Well, you said we can't lust no more. What do we replace that with?
Mm-hmm.
If we can't smack the big booties on the way by, what are we going to replace that behavior with? You know what I mean? The women are not going to allow us to talk under their clothes anymore. So what do we replace that behavior with?
You're right.
Now
replace that behavior.
Rising because all women are rising. Now we're starting to dress less, you know, provocative. Now we're starting to walk with a little bit more confidence instead of swagger, instead of that bad B syndrome. Now we're really starting to rise up and use our crown chakra instead of our sacral chakra. Rising because her woman is rising. So now when are we going to be met halfway? When am I going to be able to walk down the street without somebody pulling over on the side of the road, screaming at me like a prostitute?
Yeah. You're right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about saving everybody, I think. It's more about teaching as many as we can.
Yes.
Well,
we can teach.
You can always nurture it. You know, you got to plant the seed, give them the watering can.
Oh, sorry to bother you again. I just want to wrap it in like 5 more minutes. Mr. Scurv is calling me. I got to do some things. This is a great discussion. Listen, when can we do this? I'm gonna let y'all keep talking, but when can we do this again during the week or weekend or whatever? We got to do this. I want y'all two to be both on here like this because this really is revving up to be something really great. Person to stop that flow. You know what I mean? So we, Dave and Queen Common Sense, you both have to be back on. We're gonna take it from there. And I'll title the show starting out from where we are now. You know what I mean? And we'll make it something that we go deep. I'm loving the flow right now. But I promised myself, I said, I'm going to really regiment my time. I go over now, it throws things off. And y'all know I want to get down with this because I love this so much. And I love you both so much. But continue on and we'll wrap it down in a few.
I appreciate you being so gracious. You always let me just talk your ear all the way off.
Oh, no. It's not, it's not talking off. It's nutrition. Phone I'm in right now, I'm going to, relax and wind down a little bit. I got this stuff to feast on, and I'm so glad. My ears off. My ears can't get enough of the wisdom that you share, and the same with Brother Dave. And the funny thing, Brother Dave, I was gonna give you that call, and it's long overdue because, like I said, there's things that we're planning, and I need your input. But it's never talking my ears off. Trust me, I'm the one talking people's ears off now. You know what I mean? Not just to talk and fill in dead space, but just to share things and absorb things and make people think. And that's all I do all day. I think I do more talking on the bus and all about what I do here is minuscule. So could you imagine? But yeah, give it to me for another couple minutes and it's we'll wrap it down. And we're gonna have a lot of good things to talk about, and things are definitely gonna be on a whole other level. Big shout out to Brother Saul. getting in the studio. He's going to bring his expertise, and he's going to share with me lots of things to increase and make things better. And it's going to be a whole new level. And I'm always saying that, but you always got to throw that into the universe. We already have our exact plans on what we're going to do. I'll let it be a surprise when it comes. And that's what it's all about. So even in this doom and gloom mentality and stuff that's hanging over with the leaders of the world, and even on YouTube with folks not making as much money as they used to because of the whole ad boycott, you know, it's still good. I look forward to better times. So if that's it, y'all, then I just want to say have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Let me grab the right mouse so I can end this right. And to everybody in the chat room, thank you for being here. The whole Side Chick show that set everything off. But yeah, next Saturday, maybe like about midnight, we're gonna have the Homo and Hotep show. The LGBT community and the Black conscious community kind of collide in a righteous show that we're going to be very intellectual and bring up some points that we need to bring up. And it's all about unity to me. It's not about what's right or what we think is wrong or this and that, and you're this and you do this and that. It's going to be respectful. But for me, we need to have all of us unified in the family, regardless what we into, what we do, whatever. It's crucial time now. Every egg and every sperm, you know, is necessary for procreation, and every mind together to keep us unified and to move in that right direction with a common vision of survival and righteousness. We're not a monolithic people. We never will be. We never were. But at least the infighting, where we see other cultures and races, they do their infighting, but they do most of it behind closed doors. And they hammer their stuff out behind closed doors, but they never break the code and come out here and they get so ignorant and stupid and become the minstrel men and women for the world. We put our ratchetness out there. But we got to be the best. We got to own that title. And that's something that's got to stop. So I'm trying to, it's not to condone or knock or whatever. It's about unity. Okay. Let's settle our differences with that community who happens to be Black, because when the oppressor comes to us, it doesn't ask us what we are. For gay, straight, Catholic, Muslim, rich, poor, lighter or darker, North or South, Caribbean, motherland, they don't ask anything. So we got to get our acts together, and it's from that spirit that you know, I speak. I sound a little tired, I know. Brother Mike's son, yes, thank you so much. And I want to have a Serena show real soon. There's another brother that I've been speaking to hear some great points, and I want you on there too. I want us to speak about Serena Williams once again. Visible figure, and yes, she is a highly visible figure on the physical level too. We need to understand that. But as great as a player she is, there are people who are poking at her life, and nobody's perfect, but the implications of what it represents and why people go in on those things. Again, I like to have different perspectives that I go in on one topic, not just we go to talk about so-and-so and regurgitate the same facts, but how does this person affect this faction, and how does it come off, or how is this person manipulated even in their greatness, you know? So there's a lot of manipulation going on, and we need to always think before we accept something coming from the oppressor, even when there's a string attached to someone who looks like us. On that note, you all have a good night. Brother Dave, Queen Common Sense, and everybody who's in the chat room. I'm not going to go down the list. You all know who you are. And there's going to be some good videos, and we're going to do this boxing platform coming up soon. And on it before I release it. And it's going to be fun. We have a lot of good fights coming up, and I know a lot of you like boxing also. So you all have a good night. Let me go and give a hug to Mrs. Scurv. She said she waved and she blew her kiss and basically said to say hi to everybody here. And have a wonderful night. And thank you. And thank the Creator for giving me 54 years thus far of a life that I've learned a lot from, made a few bad choices, but bounced back and learned from them. And from this point on, I just want to be a servant of the people in the whole human race. Anyway, have a good night. You all take care. I love you all. Bye-bye. All right.
Indeed, brother.
Thank you.
Belated birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, before I go, if you haven't done it already, download the LanceScurv app at the Google Play Store, the App Store, the Amazon Store. You can hit me up anytime. Text 24/7-407-590-0755. That number should be right down below in the comment areas and in the information area of this particular stream. It's all over the place. The other numbers, y'all, I got rid of. I wasn't paying for numbers I wasn't going to use. So that one that ends in 55, that is the cell number that you can reach me directly. So don't hesitate. 24/7, you can text me. If you call, I'm always up at night. If I'm sleeping, I won't hear it because I cut the ringer down. Anyway, again, thank you for being here. I love you all. Bye-bye.